your host, Aussie Drongo, and with me is absolutely no one, because we're doing this one solo. Harrison rejected our invitation, and we see Kaiserklein actually calling G at the end of that. So he didn't say good game, he just said game. Spawning in the south of the map in the final game of the series is Kaiserklein, spawning in on the British. The map is Mexico. His opponent, spawning to the north of the map, is Knuschelbär, playing as Spain. A very... What's the word I would use here? A very typical matchup? Maybe that's not the right word, but here we see immediately Knusch is moving his Explorer and his War Dog out over here to attack to attack and to potentially deny this trading post. Explorer moving back and grabbing this. I'm not sure why. Ideally, I'd be up here trying to get a snare off as quickly as possible. So... It's tough in this position. I can only say that it's a little bit of a counter pick coming out here from Kaiserklein. Obviously, getting the advantage of having Knuschelbär lock in first, or Knuschelbär lock in first. So definitely going to be looking. He's also picking up the hunting dogs in the first age. There's a lot going on. Not opting for a trading post, opting for the hunting dogs instead. And we've got the Explorer that just really loses 200 health. For what? Just for a trading post? That's it. I'm not even sure if he got the first pass. Let's have a look. Go from Kaiserklein's perspective. A minute 18, I'm going to say that he did get the first pass. I wasn't paying attention, but I think he would have got that one up, even though it was on the other side of the tracks. So let's take off the fog of war. Have a look and see what Kaiserklein's up to. He's got his first shipment on the way. Take a look at that deck. We've got Virginia Company in deck, so there is that potential. I do suspect he's going to be going for it. When Britain opens up with a trading post, you can almost always expect they're going to be going with Virginia Company, and so I do suspect we're going to be seeing that. Not a lot else going on. Knuschelbär out on the map collecting 70 coin over here in the corner. Knuschelbär's deck, what does it look like? Hello, Knuschelbär. What are you doing over there? It's called Try. His deck is called Try. Hi, Knusch. Oh my god, please tell me you're going to pull out a fast industrial in the 9th game of a best of 9 in a show match for $1,000. Please tell me that is what you're going to do. Please tell me that's what you're going to try. Please, Knusch. Oh my god, I can't believe it. Oh my god, this excites me incredibly. I'm getting a little bit antsy. Something tells me this is going to be a hell of a game. I don't know about you guys. I'm looking forward to this. Let me clear my voice. I got to get this one all cleared. There we go. All done. All right. The native scout doing a little bit of work, scouting out the resources on this map. This map can be quite barren sometimes, but I do feel like as a Swede player, I do quite enjoy this map. A little bit of a radial map where you've got expansion that you can do over to the left, over to the right. And I suspect that we're going to be seeing fights orientate towards one side with maybe raids happening on the other side. But typically players are going to orientate towards that one side. And I suspect it's going to be this left side, primarily because we've got the outpost or the trading post that's gone down. Now we can see it sort of switch around. And we've got ATP coming in from Knuschelbär. So Knuschelbär really identifying, hey, you know, there's 4 trading posts here. You've already taken a trading post, so let's fight for the trading posts. And let's see what happens. Now, obviously keep in mind, he could just go 3 trading posts and still go stagecoach, getting that age up in queue, the governor up at 254, so not a particularly early time. Obviously, going for that market start, hunting dogs, a little bit more of an investment, slightly slower. On the south of the map, we've got Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein is also going up with the Philosopher Prince, so not opting to go with the governor himself and going Virginia Company. So we do see that Virginia Company underway. It's quite early as well. This is a very early Virginia Company arriving in almost at 3 minutes. So it's good stuff. Native Scout on the back line. And I want to have a look and see. So Kaiserklein in the deck has only got 3 rockets. The deck is called 1v1. So you know he means business when he's got a deck that's called 1v1. Because that's where Kaiserklein is at home. He's at home on the ranked ladder. Kaiserklein, at the moment, I believe is sitting at rank number 2 on the ladder. Knuschelbär, I believe, is sitting at rank 3. I understand that the big man H himself is currently sitting at rank 1, so congratulations to H. Unfortunately, unsuccessful in the show match preliminaries, but undoubtedly giving us a great series Knuschelbär is anyway. So really good stuff. We've got the native scout here, which is being punched in the face with the blunderbuss. And it really doesn't leave much left to talk about other than it's almost time for an age up. Where is it? Okay, so we've got Kaiserklein in queue a little bit ahead, so we'll stay on board with him as these houses do begin to drop. We've got 4 manor houses that are dropped now, 5 manor houses being dropped. The second trading post is coming down, but it hasn't been... Oh, no. No, Knuschelbär, not like this. Knuschelbär, not like this. Oh, it happens to the best of us. It happened to Kaiserklein in one game. I can't remember exactly what game. What was the game? Think about it. The Dakota game. It happened on the Dakota game, but we still haven't realized yet. You've got 200 wood. You've got to use the 200 wood. Still managing to micro or macro and age up that villager going forward there. I wonder if the explorer from Kaiserklein spotting that has resulted in it coming back. And we've got the... Has Knuschelbär disconnected? What's happening right now? Did Knuschelbär disconnect? Okay, no, outpost is down. Explorer is still sitting idle, not moving. Explorer for the British player. I'm sorry, I'm so... And he's realized now. Okay, now he's picked it up. He's moved it over there. He's probably... I don't think he's as exaggerated as Kaiserklein when it comes to throwing keyboards out the window. Probably not going to need a new keyboard for that one, but equally as frustrating, no doubt. 700 wood coming in for the big Klein. And his Explorer managing to get away with 74 HP. And we do see Andres Ponce de Leon putting down that second trade post. Now, the awkward part is that the last trade post is all the way over here. So it's quite a ways away to get in. But this native scout coming in to do a bit more harassment of the local female villagers. Look, I'll be honest with you. She's wearing a dress like that. You can't really blame the guy, can you? I'm just kidding. Native scout notoriously harassing native villagers or enemy villagers of both genders. So it's not something that's exclusive to the female villagers. And Harrison saying, "Holy fuck, Aussie! Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's all right." And Knuschelbär actually opting for the age up. 5 minutes 42 seconds. Aussie is 60% Red Bull now. Oh yeah, baby, you know it. So we've got the scout in queue. The scout is going to be providing us 4 hussars as we age up. And the native scout, so it's just really notorious for just sort of being around the map, making sure that all of that vision is uncovered. 74 HP left on James Jackson from the British Explorer. Oh my god, I gotta stop reading the chat. You guys are making me blush at this point. Oh, did I say the wrong thing? No, it's the children who are wrong. I hope that you guys are enjoying the 9th game of the show match. I do apologize if I go off on my little tangents. Sometimes I can do them, and sometimes I can say things that might be perceived as offensive. So apologies if that has offended you in any way. But no offense meant to anybody. More of just a harmless joke at how native scouts will typically harass villagers as they move out on the map. These villagers just happen to be female, so I thought I would make that joke. But obviously, that's been in jest. So apologies if I've offended you. But nonetheless, let's move on to the game. Game number 9 in this series. I'm suspecting that this is going to be a good game. This matchup is quite an infamous matchup. We've got Kaiserklein's houses. Let's have a look and see how many he's got. We've got 20 houses. The stable's going down. He's got double rack sitting on the front line. 2 musketeers, 2 sets of musketeers being trained. Native scout has gone invisible for Knuschelbär. Let's take a look and see exactly what he's explored on the map. Take a look at the exploration he's done on the map, moving that into position and taking out another native scout treasure. He's going to have 3 native scouts. I said earlier in the game, or earlier in the series, you can't have too many native scouts. And at this point, it really seems that way. You can't have too many native scouts. You can just have them absolutely everywhere. You have one over here, have one pinned down here, and you can just monitor your opponent's movements. So now we've got that age up coming in through. The scout, we've got some musketeers in queue, and the explorer is probably going to be moving down towards this trading post, training up some dogs. Probably going to bring Janie, the pet jaguar. This is different to Axilt, who is a tiger. This is Janie, the pet jaguar. And maybe potentially holding this trading post. Otherwise, it doesn't look like it's going to be happening. I don't really feel like there's enough attention being paid down here. Knuschelbär's just saying, you know what, I'm just going to put a trading post on the other side of the map. How long has that trading post been sitting there for? Spanish Gold, first card coming in. Are we actually seeing the fast industrial coming out from Knuschelbär? I suspect we might be, because the next card after that is going to be the 2 falconets. This could actually be the Gaia build, the Gaia fast industrial that we are seeing here. Oh, I'm getting excited. I'm getting a little bit antsy. So I suspect that we don't actually see any stagecoach in queue for either player at the moment. Still got the age 1 or the level 1 Travois. Probably not going to be putting down a trading post for the British player. Indeed, we are not. But the 4 hussars doing a bit of work. First villager going down. Second villager about to go down. Third one about to go down as well. Going to take Kaiserklein down to 46 villagers. So he's lost 3 villagers so far. And native scout is going to be able to take out the explorer. I don't think it's going to be too close of a call. This is the British explorer. And we've got the hussars moving through. Looks like they're going to get picked up by Kaiserklein's hussars as a result. Probably all 4 of these Hussars will go down. We can see he's peeled off 2 very well, I would say. But these Hussars are now going out to catch it. They've hit the first one as well. The first Hussar is being hit, and the last Hussar has now been dealt with. The second Hussar is going to be killed, and we've got the third Hussar, and the fourth Hussar will escape. And meanwhile, on the front, we've got a push that's beginning. 25 Musketeers beginning to push into the base of Kaiserklein. Do we have those 2 Falconets on the way? No, we've got 1,000 wood instead. What are you doing? You're scouting this. You've scouted this with your native scout. Surely you're thinking, 1,000 wood, is that too greedy? Nah, that's not too greedy. We'll just go 1,000 wood. Kaiserklein pulling ahead about 4,000 points in score. He's got that second trading post down. Are we going to see the Explorer move to the opposite side of the map and try and get that other trading post down? The one that he lost? This is incredibly risky. At this point, it's incredibly risky to be shipping 1,000 coin, especially to your outpost. Is he going to... He loses the first vill. Second villages all go inside the town center. He's got 560 wood, and 560 wood, 280 coin. Musketeers are out. We've got 19 Musketeers. We don't see any Minutemen in queue. We do have the 2 Falconets that are coming in, and it looks like Kaiserklein is going to be able to apply a little bit of pressure, but then he's going to have to move back because now we've got the reinforcing batches. Knuschelbär's really going to have to respect this. We've got 34 Musketeers. We've got 7 Hussars, and it looks like Kaiser is very much so committing to the second age. Take a look at what he's sending. He's sending all upgrades at this point. Now villagers heading inside the town center. We've got 13 villagers bailed up inside. A real problem is represented right here. If Kaiserklein can get to the back here and find these, he's going to have real trouble, and it doesn't look like it's going to be the way. I think he's going to have line of sight up there. Did he get line of sight? It doesn't look like he got line of sight up there. I think he's going to manage to do it. Now, keep in mind, we do have 2 Falconets that are coming on the way. The 2 Falconets are about to pop. 2 Falconets pop out. The first Falconet is kind of a little bit stuck, but it might be stuck for the right reasons because the Hussar are now moving to flank. The 2 of the Hussars have been dropped down. We've got 4 more Hussars here, but it looks like the Falconet is actually going to be able to get blocked perfectly by the Minutemen. The Minutemen somehow managed to allow this Falconet to get another shot off the second Falconet, really not making this side. And oh my god, the Falconet lived! The Falconet lived with 10 HP! The Knusch god is fucking real right now. Oh my god! That block with the Minutemen was amazing! How did he do that? How did that happen? And now we're shipping 5 Lancers from the home city. He's got Spanish gold behind this and all these resources, dropping down that 3rd trading post that we did talk about. James Jackman is just on the ground crying in that British accent. Oh no, I hurt myself. And the Spanish Explorer is just a total freaking Chad. Oh, all right, I just got to take a quick swig. Give me a second. All right, we're good. Lancers coming in, 5 Lancers, a big batch. Are we going to see them ship to the forward outpost? I hope not. I hope we see them ship to the backside of the town center. It looks like the Hussar poking for a villager. Not going to be able to find it. I hear a melee hit at the top. It's a villager going down. Do we have the great coats yet on these bad boys? We do not. We've got the market in the front. We've also got veteran musketeers in the queue. 5 Lancers coming out to the outpost. So Knusch definitely not learning his lesson. Watching out for his Falconets, but his Falconets look like they're gemmed in a pretty good spot here. First Falconet still alive. Second Falconet still alive. Both of them 10 HP still. Musketeers. Volley is looking towards middle. The first Falconet does manage to go down. The second Falconet is also going to go down, but the Lancers are out, and the Lancers are hitting quite hard. Knushelbär doesn't have any more shipments in queue, though he does have one in queue that he can be sending. But the Lancers are getting out. They're doing work, and I tell you what, Knusch holds. Knusch holds 100%. 18 and 4 versus these veteran Musketeers. You got to keep that in mind. These are veteran Musketeers, okay? Slightly better than the double-carded Musketeers of Kaiserklein, because Kaiserklein is still in Age 2. Kaiserklein is in Age 2. Knuschelbär now grabbing a native trading post as well. We've got a lot of action going on right now, so I don't think that we can go and check and see exactly what he's doing. But it does look like he's grabbed the Navajo. Is this the Navajo? It looks like the Navajo. It's the Navajo Rifleman. So we've got a couple of interesting techs here. We've got Navajo Weaving, which is the most important one. We've also got the Craftsmanship, which increases the gather rate for mines, as well as for rice paddies or for tribal marketplaces or for estates, whatever you want to call them, for gold generation. Just basically, it's a complete 20% upgrade and losing all of his cavalry. And so there might be people out there who think, oh my god, Knusch is so dead. Knusch is not dead. Knusch is alive. Knusch is very alive right now, and I'll explain why he's alive right now. Kaiserklein, his score might be ahead, but his score is inflated significantly because he is British, okay? He's still stuck in H2. Sure, his economy is looking pretty damn hot at the moment, I will be honest, but Kaiserklein doesn't have the same set of cojones that Knuschelbär's got because he's got Lancers. He's in the 3rd age. He's got Spanish gold. The Lancers coming in. looking like they're going to be doing a bit of work, but getting put into melee mode. James Jackman has got off the ground. He's not crying anymore. And look at the rappel that's coming in. We've got the skirmishers in the back that are just doing work. Noosh is not dead, ladies and gentlemen. The rumors of Noosh's death have been greatly exaggerated, my friend. Look at the scores beginning to even up. Look at the scores beginning to even up, down between 800 points of difference. Keep in mind, there's 20 meta houses out right now for Kaiserklein. 20 mana houses out for him, which is going to be inflating that score even more. So now we do see maybe Kaiserklein has got an age up in Q. He doesn't. I'm curious why his score jumped and dipped at that little bit. Perhaps he just got a unit batch out. Let's have a look. Maybe it was these 10 musketeers that we missed. But we've got 34 musketeers that are now being chased away by these skirmishers. Just the 10 skirmishers is really all that you need to be able to push back this group. We've got the Rodoleros that are coming in behind. Veteran Rodoleros being researched. What else do we have to send from the home city? Nothing else really. Maybe 5 Vils is probably the next shipment that we go after that. Because the combat cards just really aren't going to be able to do much at this stage. I want to see an industrial. Are we going to see an industrial out of Knuschelbär? I hope so. This trade post now going down. Do we potentially see after this a stagecoach? Because we've got 3 trading posts on the line going to Knuschelbär and 1 to Kaiserklein. So I would expect that after this, once this trade post gets siege, I would expect that we're going to see... I'm actually surprised that we got veterancy upgrade. I honestly don't think veterancy upgrade was the right decision. I think we should have just gone straight in for the stagecoach upgrade. A few villagers out here over on the right-hand side gathering. It definitely looks like Kaiserklein is running a little bit low on hunt. Let's take a look and see what we've got from his perspective. He's got a whole bunch of villagers out over here. Does Knuschelbär see this? Knuschelbär is definitely posturing in this direction. I don't know whether he's going to be able to see it or spot it. He definitely has it uncovered on his map, and he knows that they could potentially be units there. But does he see it? He doesn't see exactly at this stage. If he moved over in this direction, it would almost be certain end of game. Look how many villagers there are there. That's 28 villagers. I can't even count that high. That's so many. And at the same time, we've got Kaiserklein, who is starting to push now with 11 hussars. The Rodoleros moving in the front. But you got to remember, there's a huge batch of musketeers. We've got so many musketeers here. We've got 36 musketeers for Kaiserklein, for Knuschelbär, and just pushing them away. This skirmishers on the backline still got 10 skirmishers, but that's really all we need. Rodoleros doing a cute little circle dance, also known as cover mode. And the musketeers moving onto the front line, really just trying to work these down. Keep in mind, at this time, we have reinforcing war dogs. He's now taking the trade post, the 4th trade post with ATP. More reinforcing units from the backline. Nothing looks to be reinforcing for Kaiser. Kaiserklein needs to be focusing on these skirmishers. We've got 10 skirmishers still on the backline that haven't even gone down. And Knuschelbär looks like he's pulling ahead. Honestly, in this position, Knuschelbär is looking amazing. These skirmishers are really doing it. There's no more cavalry left for Kaiserklein, except we've got a reinforcing batch coming through. I don't think this reinforcing batch is going to be enough to turn the tide. And simply because we've got Knuschelbär sitting over here with 23 musketeers. It's just not enough. I mean, those are rookie numbers. You got to bump those up. If you think you're going to be able to do anything with that, you got to think again, my friend. And now the village... Oh no, the villagers. What are you doing with the villagers, Kaiserklein? Kaiserklein, no. Oh no, okay, they've got their great coats, but I don't think they're going to get one shot by the skirms, but they're very, very close to getting one shot by the skirms. Second Vil goes down. I would totally be applying pressure. Is Kaiser going all in? I thought Kaiser was going all in. He was pulling his villagers, and Noosh seems to be pushing to be falling back. I wonder what it is. What does Noosh know that we don't? He does have a native scout. Okay, he probably scouts the reinforcements. A little bit scared of them, says, I need to wait. Oh my god, look at this skirmisher mass. That's what it is. He's waiting to regroup with these skirmishers, putting down a bit of a defensive wall over to the left-hand side, knows that his opponent does have hussars, and just wants to make sure that this wall is really going to be able to protect it. Skirmishers and musketeers focusing fire, almost killing 2 of those hussars in one. The explorer for the Spanish is going to get a snare onto these hussars. Really needs to be careful with these skirmishers. Try and get them in front of, or behind, rather, the musketeers. Kaiserklein doing a great job getting up on them, just like you would in a nightclub. That's exactly what we want to see. 2 musketeers coming out, missing a batch. I don't know if actually that was missing a batch. Perhaps that was probably just not being able to train any. The macro's a little bit weird at the moment. Skirmishers still doing a pretty good job. Down to 15 skirmishers at the moment, but Kaiserklein's been able to push forward. He's got 33 villagers, still just committing to age 2. This is a 16-minute age 2 from Kaiserklein. I don't think I would have ever seen that coming out from Kaiserklein. 2 hussars on the backline, and it looks like we're going to be safe underneath Noosh's town center, and this is a risky spot to be in, especially when there's this many skirmishers. And Kaiserklein acknowledging that, having to fall back, and sending in the longbows. We've got the longbows in from Kaiserklein. Just when you thought he couldn't send any more shipments in age 2, he sends longbows. Is Kaiserklein? Kaiserklein is moving towards this. He knows. Look, right there. He knows. He can see this. He says, you know what? I'm going to head over there. So now we see Noosh making the gate very correctly. Kaiserklein's probably going to head over there. This could be really bad for Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein can get put into the corner right here. Sure, he's got reinforcing units, But now he's got a real problem. He spots the wall, but he's getting put into a corner. Reinforcing units look like they might get picked off. First one goes down. Second one, is it going to go down? Second musketeer going down on the front. And at the same time, we've got these musketeers that are just kind of bugging out around the native trade post. It looks like, is this going to be a riot coke repeat all over? And at the same time, we've got more villagers over on the right-hand side. We've got hussars coming in. Let's take off the line of sight, see what we can spot. The skirmisher mass is dwindling, though. The skirmisher mass is dwindling for Knuschelbär. Just when we thought he was ahead, the 5 villagers coming in from the home city. 15 idle vills right now. That's those 15 vills over here that were being forced idle by Kaiserklein. 400 coin on the ground, but a huge mass of veteran musketeers is going to be here. 5 vills getting shipped from the home city. Still 15 idols right now, working at 50% of what he should be working at. Musketeers on the back line, taking out these skirmishers. Or taking out these musketeers, rather. Sorry, skirmishers on the back line, taking out these musketeers. And right now, look at the volleys just coming out on top of these hussars. Both of these players know what is on the line right now. There's $1,000 on the line. If you are not fighting to your heart content right now, then what are you fighting for? And Kaiserklein pulling ahead in score, up about 3k now compared to where we were just a couple moments ago, and having even scores. Now, yeah, still about 3k ahead. These trading posts still doing work, getting pot shots every single time units are running past, just getting shots. Look, there it goes. Nope, never mind. Never mind. I thought it's only 8 range. Oh. A little bit of a lull in the battle. 64 villagers coming out for Kaiserklein. 31 villagers on wood right now. Probably going to be considering a transition into mills. He is on his opponent's side of the map, dropping down this outpost as well. And really you can see the difference. So Kaiserklein said, I'm going to take all my hunts, and then I'm going to take your hunts as well. And Noosh is just sitting up here. He's like, I've still got like 2 more hunts. I don't really mind that much. Stagecoach still hasn't been researched at this point. We are 18 minutes into a game. The player's got 4 trading posts, but still no stagecoach. And maybe it's Kaiserklein respecting, or not even respecting that, but noticing that and saying, I'm not going to contest the trade line if you're not going to upgrade it to stage. I don't want it. You can have it. Fine. And now we see the falconets getting trained. Oh, yeah. This is where the tides turn. Speaking of tides turn, Knuschelbär spots these with the line of sight from his house. So this line of sight, or this house being placed down very strategically. You can see he's got line of sight around the map, and Kaiserklein's actually very carefully run his hussars through a patch where he knows there's no line of sight. He knows there's no line of sight through here, so running them around, and then still that house being able to spot them. And so those those hussars disappearing into the line of sight again. And now a big mass begins building. Still no age 3 yet from Kaiserklein. We're at 19 minutes into the game, and Kaiserklein's taking a note out of Drongo's book and saying, I reckon we can play the entire game in age 2. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's getting his seed drill for the mills. First mill's going down, second mill's going down, third mill is going down. He's doing a full transition, and he knows it. So we've got villagers moving back. Once these villagers move back, we're on 67 villagers at 19 minutes. So a pretty damn insane amount. Kaiser now moving to take out these trading posts. His mass is looking quite significant. 5,000 score lead, pulling ahead for Kaiserklein. But I do suspect the game is not over. More Redoleros coming in as well. We've got Unction here. We've also got Town Militia that could be sent. So 7 Redoleros coming in from the home city. Not a terrible shipment, if I'm quite honest. Still hasn't upgraded to Stagecoach at this point. Still an available option for him to be sending. Native Scout's still doing absolute work. Just scores still about 4,000 off. Keep in mind, Brit over scores. So maybe the game is a little bit more even than you'd expect. The single Falconet coming out as well. A British Explorer being revived over here. For James Jackman getting up and saying, I have had enough of sleeping. It's time for me to awaken. Is he going to spot this Native Scout? He spots the Native Scout. Is the Native Scout going to be able to get away? I don't think the Native Scout's going to get away. He's going to get one shot. Boom. Headshot. And he gets taken out by the machetes of the hussars. Very unfortunately for him. I think if Knusch had been on the ball, he probably would have been able to pull him out and make him survive. But unfortunately going down. We do have the 4th mill and the 5th mill going down from Kaiserklein. This is the 5 mill transition. You love to see this kind of stuff. When it comes out, this is the kind of stuff that just makes you really proud. Look at these beautiful mills. Aren't they just absolutely gorgeous? The way that they swing, the amount of blue that they've got on them. Really great job. They're looking really good in the definitive edition. A lot more of the player color than the original game. But we've got hussars in queue, and it looks... Oh my god. Is that Kaiserklein going for the casual 21-minute age up to age 3? I think it might be. I think it might be. And over on the opponent's side, on the north-hand side of the map, we've got the musketeers, 43 musketeers, So a significant mass, 7 Rodoleros, but no real mass of skirmishers. We've only got 8 skirmishers that are sitting here, but we've got 3 falconets sitting behind it. How do you even deal with 3 falconets when you're in the second age? You can't make hussars. Hussars don't work. Well, good thing is, my friend, Kaiserklein's heading to the third age. He's going up with the adventurer. Now we see Knuschelbär beginning to push out with his falconets. This could be the end for Kaiserklein, honestly. When you have 3 falconets sitting on top, or having like all these musketeers sitting on top of your falconets, you really have like that's a difficult task to deal with. And Kaiserklein walling up. We see Kaiserklein walling again for how many games in a row is this now? We've seen Kaiserklein using walls 4, 5 games now in this series. This is a new Kaiserklein. Second or fourth trading post now going down for the Spanish player Knuschelbär. And another native scout is moving forward. We've got a bit of a raid going down in the north of the map. 3 hussars, looking like they're going to be able to pick off the villager without greatcoats. If it had had greatcoats, it probably would have lived. Unironically, if it had had greatcoats, it probably would have lived. So pick up your greatcoats, ladies and gentlemen. Very important. And still we've got villagers over on the eastern side of the map. 15 villagers over here, which do have their greatcoats, that are just, you know, taking resources away from Knuschelbär, sorry. And this native scout very carefully weaving its way. Hussars looking like they're probably going to go down. We've got the falconets that are being kept safe. But Nush really just like sitting at a point in his base where he's kind of minding his own business. He was pushing out, but Kaiserklein does spot this artillery foundry. In fact, I think he would have known about it. I think that he did spot the falconet earlier. There was a single falconet. I think he might have seen it. So if he didn't, he definitely knows about it now. These two hussars getting chased by the Rodoleros. 6 movement speed versus 6.75 movement speed. So they will outrun them eventually. This outpost still doing work, providing that line of sight. Let's take a look at the line of sight for Kaiserklein. Because really right now, the map is quite blind to him over on the left-hand side of the map. Over on the western side, there's not a lot going on. But Kaiserklein beginning to put down these walls. Starting to wall up on this map. And it's something that's happening more and more typically. Hitting the third age. What do we see shipped from the home city? We see a falconet was being trained. Now it's a culverin being trained. And 2 falconets being shipped. This coin mine here is very available. Sort of like Harrison. Harrison's very available. He's always been available. And Stagecoach finally being researched. We see the 23-minute Stagecoach being researched with Unction coming in. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. And we've got Navajo riflemen's being played. Oh my lord. Is that you, Azam, playing right now? Navajo riflemen's being made right now. And we've got 49 musketeers on the front. We've still got those 7 Rodoleros. How many skirmishers have we got? Let me see if I can find them. We've got 8 skirmishers, 3 falconets. But now that he's reached the third age, there's really not much that Nush can do. You can see in the scores that Kaiserklein is definitely starting to pull ahead. Got about a 6,000 point lead. A bit of a battle going on over on the right-hand side with the native scout. Once again, harassing the locals. Wouldn't be the first time that it's happened, and it definitely won't be the last. The 2 culverin now moving into position to take out and strike on these falconets. The 2 falconets that have come home from the shipment. 196 population for the Klein. And now we see the falconets moving in to take out the falconets. And wait a minute. We've got veteran hussars in the queue, but where is the veteran musks? We've got 47 musketeers right now, but I don't even think there's a barracks on the field. The barracks that was researching the veteran musketeers was taken out. You weren't able to accomplish much, but you were able to accomplish that, and you've delayed veteran musketeers. And now we see a huge hussar push coming in. Veteran hussars about to come in right now, delaying those musketeers. I'm curious. I think if they were to engage right now, that Kaiserklein would definitely stomp Knuschelbär because of the culverin. The culverin are really what are going to make the difference. Because the culverin take out 1 of the falconets, and then they take out the 2nd falconet, and then there's 1 falconet left for Kaiserklein, and he wins that fight. But he doesn't have veteran musks, and so now I'm curious: is Knuschelbär going to be making some culves of his own? He's got, oh my god, Knuschelbär's going for it. Do you guys think Knuschelbär's going for it? I think Knuschelbär's actually going for an industrial. He looks like he's macroing for it. He should be training villagers right now. Okay. Or he should be training units right now. He's got 37 villages compared to the 74 villages of Kaiserklein. Definitely, you know, when it comes to the size of their economies, it definitely looks like it's in favor of the Kaiserklein at the moment. Size of the military as well. And size of the score, Kaiserklein definitely starting to pull ahead. This is quite a safe lead at this point. I would be saying like the match definitely looks like it's heading into the direction of a reasonable Kaiserklein advantage at this point. I think this is the first stage of the game. I can genuinely say I think that it is in the favor of Kaiserklein. If I was going to look at the Drongo meter, I would be saying probably about 79% Kaiserklein, 21% Knuschelbär at the moment. Those are my bets. Will you take my Drongo berries? I don't know. Let's find out. And we've got Culverin of our own. I didn't realize the Culverin are out. This changes everything. We've got 3 Falconets, Culverin, and we've got Unction out. Unction. Oh my! Look at all the missionaries that are being trained. Knuschelbär is training a whole bunch of missionaries. It's what you didn't expect. It's the 26-minute Unction coming out for the veteran musketeers. Culverin getting shots off on the skirmishers. They're trying to push back this explorer. I need to take a drink before this fight is about to happen. The longbow's going in. Oh my gosh! I don't have any juice in my juice box. Oh, what are we gonna do? There's coffee. Take the coffee, Drongo. Ugh. The Culverins change everything. They're going to flip the tide of the battle. We've got the 3 Falconets and the 2 Culverins versus the 2 Culverins and the 2 Falconets. Definitely an advantage over to the Spanish player at this point, despite being down 8,000 score. A lot of that can be attributed to the manners. A lot of it can be attributed to the infrastructure that Kaiserklein has had to put down. We've got 4, 6. We've got more than 2,600 resources right here just being put down in mills and plantations or estates. But on the other side of the map, we don't have any mills. We don't have any plantations. We've just got natural resources still being used. So while there's a high score, yes, I accept that. The question when it comes down to this battle, it's really not the way that it is. And so Culverins, these take 6 seconds to reload, getting their wrong shots off. Be careful, you're gonna lose your Culverins. And the first Culverin does go down, misfiring and shooting at a Falconet when it should have been shooting at a Culverin. And as a result, it definitely makes an advantageous position now for Kaiserklein. Definitely. Sure, there's only 1 Falconet, but the real burden here is now placed back onto Knuschelbär, because Knuschelbär needs to have Culverin to deal with the Culverin of his enemy, because he has got the Falconet advantage. It all comes down to the Culverin. And the Culverin sniping out the opponent's Culverin is really what you want. And so Knuschelbär opting to go with a second advanced trading post. I'm really not sure what he's aiming to do with these. Maybe gain a little bit of line of sight. If we go have a look at his perspective, you can see that he's got pretty good line of sight now as a result of this. Other than that, I really don't know what they're doing. He hasn't got any of the upgrades. He hasn't built any of the units. He's shipping archaic infantry hit points from the home city instead of colonial militia. So playing incredibly well at the moment. Still about 10,000 score behind. Walls coming up. Kaiserklein has just decided, I'm going to stop deleting wall segments. I like the way they look when they've got their pillars. And a huge mass of hussars. These are now veteran hussars. 47 musketeers. And Knuschelbär, he's in a position, I would say this is a very tough position, because he wants to be I wish he was going to the industrial age. Maybe about 4 or 5 minutes ago, if we'd seen potential industrial age after those Culverins were out, like right there, and if we were sitting back and just really being careful with our Culverin, I think that we probably could have gone industrial. But instead, I can see that muskets are now going for a bit of a give you anxiety raid across the other side of the map. We've got the 3 Falconets that are moving into position. We've got the Unction behind them. Look at these bad boys. 155 damage on each of these because they've got these missionaries. The missionaries are going to be buffing up the attack of these units. 27 ranged attack compared to 20 ranged attack. 19 ranged attack. 18 ranged attack. My apologies. So, Unction really doing a huge amount of work. 42 attack. Okay, these guys are getting ready to fight. I can see them. I need to get my drink out first. Oh, there we go. The skirmishers are beginning to engage, and the Falconets take a huge volley off on the veteran longbows. The Culverin aren't really in position, but they do manage to get a shot off on the first Falconet. The 2 Falconets are still on the back line, getting away volleys. The second volley onto the musketeers, and the Unction missionaries are moving up. The Culverin still haven't unpacked at this point, but the second Falc goes out, as well as a Culverin on the back line. Not sure exactly where that came from. Probably an American sniper from downtown, but it looks like Noosh is actually managing to hold. The missionary Unction is doing a huge amount of work. 2 Culverin on the back line, managing to take out each other, a little bit of a trade, and Noosh somehow managing to hold 31 veteran musketeers versus the 16 musketeers and 13 longbowmen somehow. At the same time, we've got a raid going on in the base of Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein down to 67 villagers. All the while this was happening, there's been a hole in the wall. The villager, someone kill the villager. He deserves it. He's gonna be the cause of the game being over. Look at the scores. The scores are starting to get smaller. They're starting to get closer. The scores were about an 8,000, 9,000 point difference. Now they're down to about 6,000. So a huge swing right here. We're down to 64 villagers. Compare that to this 42 villagers, and it's not looking that bad for Knuschelbär. Knuschelbär is actually pulling into a good position, killing off more villagers now at the south, and sieging the trading post of his opponent, cleaning this up, saying, I'm going to take this trading line for myself. Where is that explorer? We see that explorer now moving in. This is a stagecoach trading line, so really, really important to get this one out. And we see these musketeers now moving towards 3 more villages in the bottom of the map. 62 villages is what Kaiser is down. He's got 15 idols at the moment, equivalent of 40 villages roughly. 18 idols now, so less than 45 villages equivalent for him. Taking out another villager. This guy, I'm glad that he's down, because it was his fault that there's a hole in the wall, and it's his fault that all of our friends died. But now the musketeers are getting cleaned up by the veteran musketeers of his opponent, as well as the longbows walking up just to give him a little bit of a shake of the bottle. Meanwhile, we've got the hussars being attacked by the advanced trading post in the north of the map, but he's not going to find any villagers up here that are in a bad position. We've got villagers that are up here on this farm, or on this mill, but not in an overly bad position. We've also got another town center going down from Knuschelbär, and at the same time, a town center going down for Kaiserklein on the left-hand side of the map. He recognized that he lost too many villagers at that point, and he needs to put down another town center. He has to begin training them. Native Scout is out as well. We've still got the single culverin in for Knuschelbär. Is he going to industrial? He's not going to industrial. 45 villages, really just using all of his resources as best that he can, but he's in a difficult spot. This coin mine does exist for him, but it's just in an awkward position. He's going to have to invest in 250 wood or 600 or 500 wood for a town center, and it's just going to be something that's difficult and to do. 2 culverins now coming out for the British player. More XP being collected. A very nice interaction. The Spanish get shipments a lot faster, and the British houses give a lot more XP than normal. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer to my mouth so that we can get really excited. Get nice up in there. I'm expecting we're going to be seeing a trading post going down very shortly as well. No income coin for Knusch at the moment. We've got 1 plantation, 2 plantation, 3 estates, apologies, 3 estates, and some nice little walls going down. Villages are now being trained out of 2 town centers. And I heard that lovely sound, which is the sound of the British manor. So a British manor was put down and another villager was made. So sure, you can take out a manor, but the result of taking out a manor is that you gift a villager to your opponent. So the question is, do you really want to be doing it? I don't know. I don't know if you want to be doing it. Oh, let me just take a moment. I gotta stop. I gotta breathe. My jaw is a little bit sore. We're in this game 9 of this best of 9 series. They're fighting it out for $1,000. And the question is, who's going to be able to come out victorious? We've got 10 missionaries sitting on the back line, ready to empower. We've got war dogs on the front. Do we have Diego? Is Diego in there? We've got Paco. Paco's good enough. We've got Paco and we've got Gordo. And Margarita. Oh no, it's Margarita. You watch out, fellas. The question is, would this be a reasonable engagement? I don't think that this would be a reasonable engagement, but the missionaries are running in. Look at them go. Aren't they so cute with their 7 movement speed? What's going on? Knuschelbär, wake up. Wake up, Knuschelbär. What's going on? Is he going to go in? Is he going to commit? He's not going to commit. He is going to commit. No, he's not going to commit. Knusch finally waking up, realizing that he doesn't want to commit, probably doing a bit of multitasking himself with this native scout, perhaps, maybe on the other side of the map, finally finding this copper mine that did exist all along. And let's take a look from his perspective. He's got town militia finally coming in. Maybe going to be seeing some aggressive uses of the town centers. Maybe put it down, try and get a pop if you can. The issue is that you're just not going to have any coin. You've got 1, 2, 3 trading posts that are all on coin. One that's on wood that's about to be passed right now. But you've got to be making this transition. You've got your mills out, but have you got your estates out? You definitely don't. And now we've got the 400 coin coming in as well from the town militia. We don't have any infinite cards though, and this is the problem that Spain runs into in late Fortress Age. No infinite cards means that you're not going to be able to take advantage of those shipments and get that Spanish gold that you so desperately need. Whew. Oh my lord. So Spanish gold has now run out, essentially. Until we reach the 4th age, it is run out, which kind of dents the economy of Knuschelbär. Now, Knuschelbär is down 10,000 points, so I would say that this is definitely a lead for Kaiserklein. Kaiserklein's also got 2 town centers. He's got all of his infrastructure up. Like, realistically, he's got those 3 estates that we talked about. He's also got 5 mills. So he doesn't really have to worry about that. He can focus completely on collecting those resources. And because of that, I say he's at a huge advantage right now. He might not be at an advantage on the military field, but when it comes to replenishing this army, he's going to be at a huge advantage. He's going to be able to continue sending reinforcements to the front line, where, as Knuschelbär, who just fired a blank, by the way, you can tell when the blanks fire because you don't hear the cannonball hit the ground. So his opponent, Knuschelbär, is going to have to replace this army. And he can't replace this army because the only coin that he's got is this single coin mine. I'd like to see him potentially train a few more calves, wall up with your culverin, and try and hit a 4th age. It's going to be hard though because Kaiserklein, he's on max population and he's going to be looking to fight. He wants to trade at this point. And Knusch's culverin just going down completely. Looks like Knusch might be pushing up for a fight at this point. We've got the Lancers that are moving onto the backside, but they're being grouped together, I think, with the dogs, so they're being slowed down. 3 of the Lancers go down before they even hit, and the worst part is the Lancers are hitting a Hussar. That's not what you want to be hitting. You want to be hitting these Musketeers at the very least, and maybe even some longbows. Hussars on the backline. The Culverin are taking out the Missionaries, forcing them back. I love it. It's really great stuff. Knuschelbär looking like he's going to be walking away from this one with his tail between his legs, and indeed he is 37 Musketeers and just not enough artillery. Villager almost going down to the Culverin shots on the backline, and straight away Kaiserklein is putting down a trading post. I don't know exactly where his Explorer is. He must have bought back his Explorer. Big James Jackman is heading out to put down this trading post again for the 16th time this game, probably. It's been an absolute war of attrition. Knuschelbär now falling up behind in the scores, 11,000 point difference at the moment. Let's take a look at Kaiserklein. He's sending in refrigeration, you know, because why not, you know. Sending in refrigeration. He's just hanging out. And finally, the scout gets uncovered. It looks like the scout will almost certainly go down. The veteran Hussar is killing him. It's 34 minutes into the game. 34 minutes into the game, and that scout is finally going down. Think about how much information he's been provided because of this scout. I feel like at this point in the game, there can really only be one victor. I don't think Knuschelbär's really got the steam, the momentum to be able to power it, and it all comes down to not having enough coin. Now, he did ship his, Spanish gold, but he's not in Age 4. He doesn't have factories. He could be putting down estates, but he doesn't have the economy to really support that. He's got more missionaries that are coming in. 50 wood, 50 coin, quite expensive. How many missionaries does he have in total? He's got 8, so that'll be his 10 missionaries. But some skirmishes now coming out. I'd be curious to see whether we see... Oh my god, in the final game? You can't. Oh, Kaiserklein, you please me so greatly when you do that. Oh no. I'm curious, where is he going to send them? Do you reckon he's just going to take out trade posts over the other side of the map? Alright. I'm just going to crack my fingers. 11,000 score lead at this point, but you can't underestimate what Unction will potentially bring. And now we also see some Navajo riflemen coming out because Knusch has got nothing else that he can do. He says, I've got no coin. I can't make any units. I'm just going to make Navajo riflemen because they don't cost any coin. They cost food and they cost wood. And now we see the petards moving across towards the eastern side of the map. Looking like Knuschelbär is going to anticipate this, the petard switch, and potentially scout this out himself. Massive army. Gosh, that's a huge mass right there. 11,000 score lead. Looks like James Jackman is going to go down. I don't know what he says, but it sounds like something about Monka Steer. I will say that much. I don't think you guys can do Monka Steer. I don't think BTTV is enabled in here. So sorry. But we've got the petards going out. Oh my! Did you shift click them? Oh my! Imagine if he actually shift clicked them. Oh, don't worry. The armies are nowhere near each other. We can just focus on this. Yes, sir. Please tell me he shift clicked them. Oh my god! Please tell me he shift clicked them. No, he's not. He's moving them. I just saw him move it again. Damn it. He knows about the shift click bug. And the petards headbutting the trading post falling down. I was hoping we would see that bug in the finals, but it turns out we do not. 13,000 point lead now blowing out. And I think at this point, we can almost all but begin to congratulate Kaiserklein. I definitely feel like this is, you know, you're in the 4th quarter. The 4th quarter has just begun of the NFL, what is it called? The Super Bowl. And, you know, the Patriots are up by 37 points. And it's just like, all right, guys, well, you know, it's been a great game. And it's been real. Now let's, you know, let's just sort of sail it home. Kaiserklein heading up to the 4th age as well, so really just going to be putting the nail in the coffin, going up to the Tycoon, 1,000 coin. Is he just going to go for a fast Imperial? Is that what we see here? I want to see the fast Imperial out. Fuck, I hope he just does it. Imagine if he just pulls out the fast Imperial, just for the memes. Just go straight up to Imperial. It's like, yeah, what up? It definitely looks like he could be macroing for it. And he's not pushing out of his base. Obviously, he's got the wood, potentially, to research his upgrades, so probably going to be seeing... The musketeer upgrade, I suspect, is going to be the first upgrade that he sends. Because he's got 50 musketeers at least. So here comes the musketeer upgrade. There it is. Redcoats. Next upgrade on the table, probably going to be veteran longbowman. He doesn't actually have yeoman in his deck. Now, I understand this might have been a change in the definitive edition. I did see somebody who alluded to this. Apparently, yeoman doesn't give you the upgrade for veteran or for guard longbows anymore. Apparently, you just get that as stock standard. I'm not sure if that's still the case. So we'll have to see whether he does opt to research that if it is available for him. And here we get to see the sexiest unit in the game, the red coat. Here it comes. Here it comes. Oh my god, look at them. Aren't they so beautiful? I love their little backpacks that they've got on. You just, like, every single one of these guys is off to school right now. Just going to school. Yeah, mum, you have a good day. I'm off to go kill some Spanish. I mean, I'm off to go kill some schools. I'm off to go to school. That's exactly what's happening right now. And look at all the upgrades that we're getting behind this. 4,000 food, doing the classic Kaiserklein 4K food float. And now the fight is about to begin. The longbows pull out their bows. We've finally got circular saw coming in as well behind this. The Spanish player up to 184 unit population. A massive, huge mass of lancers. Oh, I didn't even realize how many Garachistas. They're not Garachistas, they're veteran lancers, but they're doing work right now. And we've got the missionaries moving up. How much damage are these guys going to be doing? 34 damage a pop on each one of these. 35 damage on that one. Melting, absolutely melting through the longbowmen on the front line. How many units have we got left? We've got 40 more redcoats. We've got 11 of these bad boys. But somehow, the 42 attack is almost enough to deal with the 43 attack of the redcoats. And still, it looks like Knuschelbär is able to push back Kaiserklein despite being out-ecoed so monstrably. I don't know if it's going to be enough, though, because I just feel like he's not going to have the tempo. But at the same time, we've got the falconet that's being trained. The 2 culverin go down for free. Kaiserklein says, you know what? You've won this battle. I'll let you have that. And Kaiserklein using his crack shot on an enemy, probably in Navajo. We have seen his experience with the natives so far. It hasn't been particularly good. I guess my question is, at this point, when you're 14,000 points down, are you really going to be able to come back from this? It definitely looks like... Oh, it feels bad, man. And this is a consequence of going for a more greedy deck like this. You don't have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unit shipments that you could be sending. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Now getting Navajo basket weaving. Oh, yeah. Getting that extra 5% hit points on his units now. Gimme Arvena. I don't know how my pronunciation was there, but that's just what it sounds like to me. And now beginning to siege at the front. More Navajos. Have we got... Wait, you can trade them from native trade posts? When did that happen? Oh no, this is the bug. This is an accidental bug. I totally forgot. This is an actual bug that exists. This isn't like an exploit or something like that. This is unintentional. So it's to do with your hotkeys. So he's got a hotkey set to change his chest of coins and chest of woods, and you're able to train them from these. It puts it in queue every single time, and he wouldn't have had enough wood for it. But look, you can see them coming out. That shouldn't happen. It should only be coming out of the Navajo trading post. So that's just another hashtag definitive edition bug. There's so many of them. Can we really keep track of them? Can we really keep track of them? I think we need like a bug tracking list. Great to see it though. You know, really giving those reinforcements. I'm sure you could probably exploit that quite well if you knew how to do it. It's something to do with, so like here, you can see these have got the hotkeys on them, and it's also like the Navajo will sometimes like, it'll be like there. So maybe he was like trying to switch them over to something, and yeah, as a result, that's how it happens. But otherwise, you can't actually do it. So it looks like he is trying to macro for an age 4. If he can potentially reach an age 4, he gets up, ships 4 culves. Imagine if he goes 4 culves, 2 heavies. 4 culves are going to deal with this. 2 heavies are going to deal with this. But then he kind of needs factories, but I guess he'll have factories because he'll win the fight. So he'll have the XP for it. And Noosh walling up. But Noosh understanding that the British player might be ahead, but the British player isn't going to be able to take him on in a head-on fight because he's got Unction. Unction really gives him this significant advantage. Well, over on the left-hand side of the map, we've got Falconets beginning to take fire. They've been upgraded to field gun. I'm going to take another swig out of this Red Bull. There's not much left of this Red Bull. I've got a whole fridge of Red Bull behind me right now, but I tell you what, now is not the time, Drogo. Now is not the time. Now is the time for action. Do we crack one open? We're just going to crack one open live. Ladies and gentlemen, give me one moment. All right, we're back. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Drongo, sip it up. That is delicious. Kaiserklein heading up to age 4 with the engineer. Going to be providing him a bunch of falconets, 2 falconets if I was going to be precise. And sitting behind these walls, doing the right thing, exactly what he wants to do. Problem is he needs culverin. I said earlier in the game, what I want to see Knusch do is I want to see him wall up like this, but he needs culverin. That's the key. You got to have your culverin sitting right behind the wall like this, taking out these falconets. That's the key, because that's what's going to delay the push. If you have those culverin that are sitting there, it's really going to stop your opponent from being able to push your walls. They're going to have to go age 4 themselves. They're going to have to go for mortars. They're going to have to do something. But now we've got muskets or redcoats over on the right-hand side, looking like they cleaned up a little bit of a raid. Bookkeeping being researched now, which is the first upgrade. And poor villager. She was young. The bookkeeping being researched, which is the upgrade for the plantation or the estate. And over on Kaiserklein's side, we've got lifeguard hussars being trained. So my fear right now is that Kaiserklein is going to try and push in before the upgrades can come in for Knuschelbär. Knuschelbär is about to hit age 4. There's the age 4. 2 falconets dropping down. What do we see from him? Do we see 2 heavy cannons? And the push begins immediately. Look, he recognizes it and he's just straight through. Knusch, wake up. Knusch, wake up. Okay, Knusch is going factories. Knusch has got the option to send 24 units right now, but he's sending factories instead. And this looks like, from this perspective, okay, so the 2 falconets, the falconets are going down. The culverin is moving away, but the culverin really needs to be focusing down on these points. Minutemen getting called from the town center. We do have colonial militia in here. Sell this wood. Sell the wood. You can be calling more Minutemen from these town centers. You can go big batches out right now. Culverin just doing Culverin things. It has been tasked to move over here. Decided it needed to unpack instead of walk over. We've got colonial militia. Do we see colonial? Where is our colonial militia? That's what we want. We just send them out. Send them out. This culverin needs to be in here doing work. It needs to be... Not the factory wagon! Not like this! Knuschelbär! That's not how you do it! Knuschelbär, that's not how you do it! Knuschelbär! You could have won this game, Knusch! You could have won this game! Not like this! Not like this, Knusch! This is the final match! Not like this! Oh my god! Oh! No! My heart! Knusch! Oh, not like this! Oh my god, Knusch, this is for $1,000. You can't be making those mistakes, Knusch! Look, you've got like... Oh, calm down, Drongo, calm down. Oh my god, calm down. Alright, you've got the second one coming in. Please don't do it again, Knusch. Please don't do it again. I'm watching. Alright, here we go. Alright, he puts it in a safer position. He's made the right decision. It's gonna get blocked by the... It's gonna get blocked by the... Oh my god, okay, it was so close. It was so close. It was getting blocked by the settlers at the same time. But it's getting burnt down by the hussars. It's getting burnt down by the lifeguard hussars. These are fully upgraded King's lifeguard hussars. And even though he's won the fight over here, it looks like he's gonna be losing the factory over there. And that in itself is going to be enough. Is that going to be enough? Honestly, I feel like at this point, I'm just like, I finally made it to industrial after this, and I've lost both of my factories. And at this point, I've got lifeguard hussars in my base. I've got... Are there any petards out? I can't see any petards out, but I'm literally under attack from every single angle right now. I've got hussars moving in. I've lost all of my walls. I didn't have the upgraded walls. I needed one more layer of walls and I would have been okay. The timing would have been perfect. I would have had both of my factories. And Knusch is just out of this. This is actually a good game. I don't think there's any way that Knusch can come back from this. He's down 25,000 points, and even though he's managed to deal with the bulk of the army from the British player, at the end of the day, he's lost it, and Knusch calls good game. Congratulations, Kaiserklein. Victorious in 5-4 in the show match. What a series. What a game. What a... Wow. I am speechless. Holy moly. I couldn't have asked for anything more amazing. Guys, if you've enjoyed this series, I encourage you to follow. Hit that follow button at the bottom. Thank you so much to EGC TV for putting this on for us. I've really enjoyed casting this. The games have been absolutely stellar quality, so thank you so much to Samwise. Thank you very much to H. Thank you very much to Knuschelbär, and thank you very much to Kaiserklein. You guys all played amazingly. Wonderful to see, and thank you guys all for coming. Wow. What a game. What a damn game. Let's have a look at the resources gathered. Wow. Wow. The game was that tight, despite the resource gathered being that different. I can't believe that. It would, like, even despite the... Those poor factory wagons. That poor factory wagon. Oh, wow. Let's take a look. Let's see what we can spot in the post-game. We've got pretty even on military. Resources gathered. We've already gone through that. Let's have a look at village account. Wow. So that raid, remember that raid that happened in the mid-game with the musketeers to the south of the map? That ended up killing 79 down to 61 villagers. So an 18 villager raid. Holy moly. Now, I'm not sure whether... I'm going to just quickly double check and see if we've got Kaiserklein who's available to chat. I'm going to see if I can send him a quick DM. He might not even be online. He's actually not online right now. So unfortunately, we won't be able to get an interview. But thank you guys so much for coming. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. EGC TV has told me that if there's enough interest in this type of event, that there could be more stuff on the horizon. So once again, if you did enjoy it, I encourage you to hit that follow button because there may be more stuff like this coming up in the future. I know that there's plenty of ideas being thrown around at the moment. So thank you guys for turning up. Incredibly impressive stuff. And congratulations once again to Kaiserklein. Thank you guys for stopping by. This has been Aussie Drongo, and you've been watching the 1K Table Topper. Good game, and goodbye.